Now squash is a vine. I usually in a regular garden will plant 3 squash to a hill because the vines will grow out in different directions, all seeking the sun, and the fruit only grows on the end of the vine anyway. Once you pull the fruit out, that section of the vine doesn't produce anymore. But look, see the squash in there? Lots of squash. I've got to cut squash today, again, as usual. But see, on the older part of the vine, there's no fruit. It's only on towards the end of the vine where the fruit is. And the squash plant number 2 over here. See, it's still early morning, so the blooms are open still. Squash blooms open in the mornings, and they close later. Look at the blooms, how pretty they are. You know, there's 2 types of blooms on a squash plant. There's the male and the female. Let's look at this one. See this one? It has just a skinny stem. That's the male. It has a single centerpiece, looks like, right there. And look at this one. This one's different. It's got multiple lobes in the middle. And you see the, uh-oh, I tore it. And you can see the little squash starting. That's the female. They have to be pollinated in the mornings. One squash plant will grow both types. But if you don't have any fruit, but you've got a lot of blossoms, that means you're not getting pollinated. You can actually take a Q-tip, rub around on the inside of the male, and then go to the female, rub around on the inside of the male, and pollinate them yourselves. I've had to do that one year. But aren't they beautiful? Pull that back. This is a male flower I plucked from the other side because there wasn't any male flower showing on this. So I'm going to get a lot of the little pollen stuff here on it. I didn't get much on there. Maybe I can get in here and pollinate on that. For some reason, can you see the squash plant down, laying on the ground? The blossom is gone off of the end of it. And the reason for that is, I take the blossom off the end of the fruit. As soon as the fruit begins to develop well, because I found that a fungus will easily start on that if I don't. So this one, I need to go ahead and take it off. When you get a lot of rain, it's best to go ahead and snap off the little blossoms before they start to get a fungus on there. If you don't, the fungus will grow up into the fruit and ruin the fruit. This is the squash in the main garden, in the big garden. All the vines look exactly the same. All the seeds came from the same pack for all 3 squash plants. But look, we're starting to get this big fruit, and we were wondering what in the world. Then we realized there was a spaghetti squash seed mixed in with our regular hook neck squash. Now to take the fruit, I just put my finger there at the top, snap, and it comes off perfectly right. And it comes off perfectly right there.